Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Mike here. I am talking today about the brand new Bob's Burgers movie, which I was lucky enough to go to the Melbourne premiere of, thanks to Disney. And this movie's a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of Bob's Burgers, so let's talk about it.
That feels nice.
I know.
Don't rub my sesame seeds off.
I won't, don't worry.
They're a cute couple.
I give him a year.
Okay, so when I heard that they were doing a Bob's Burgers movie, I was really excited because I haven't watched much of the show in the past few years, but I actually remember when Bob's Burgers first started, probably around 10 or so years ago. I was watching it from season 1 because I just thought it was such a refreshing take on the animated family sitcom concept. I am a huge Simpsons fan, and after growing up and watching a lot of Family Guy and other shows like that, I just felt like I was yearning for a refresh in that genre, and I really feel like Bob's Burgers was the answer to that.
Oh, Tina, dance with mommy. It's a party, all right.
I thought it was so unique stylistically, not just in its animation style, but also just in the way the dialogue was written and the way it was performed by the voice actors, and some charm that really makes Bob's Burgers stand out compared to other shows that came before it in the animated sitcom world. So it's always been a show that I've felt really fondly about and would always put on in a, a background kind of sense. It's one of those shows that you want on in the background. It's very familiar. It feels really nice to have playing while you're doing other stuff, and it's that familiar feeling of the show that I always really enjoyed. And like other animated sitcoms like The Simpsons and South Park before it, of course, it was only a matter of time before Bob's Burgers started thinking about making a movie. I believe they announced this possibly pre-pandemic or during COVID lockdowns in the peak of that, and there was a short amount of time where I think it was put on hold, and then it came back, and now, of course, it's out. I do wonder how that, whatever happened there, impacted its result. But generally speaking, I enjoyed this movie. I think it's a really solid movie based on a TV show, and I think if you are a fan of Bob's Burgers and you're a fan of the TV show, you will love this movie. It is designed for you.
Channel 6 News! They'll finger anything with a pulse!
I'm pretty sure their slogan is their fingers on the pulse, Gene.
No!
That can't be right.
It's right.
And I think maybe for me, what I didn't love about it, and keep in mind, like, I did enjoy this movie, and I do recommend that you go and see it if you like Bob's Burgers. There's nothing wrong with it. I think going in as a fan of The Simpsons and seeing The Simpsons movie, back when I was 13 or 12 years old, I saw The Simpsons movie in cinemas. And the thing with The Simpsons movie that's different to the Bob's Burgers movie, and it might be a moot point to compare them anyway, but I'm just trying to set context for why I think what I think about the Bob's Burgers movie. When I think of the Simpsons movie, which I'm aware is controversial in Simpsons fandom, whether it's good or not, but when I think about it, it feels so big and ambitious and kind of breaking through the restraints of the TV series The Simpsons. Like, just the entire storyline was bigger than ever before. The Simpsons, like, leaving Springfield in such a big way, going to Alaska, the family breaking down, Marge essentially leaving Homer literally having to save Springfield at the end of it, bringing back so many iconic recurring characters, having Al Brooks come back as Russ Cargill, the main villain, who was previously Hank Scorpio, one of The Simpsons' favorite villains. When I think of The Simpsons movie, I think big, ambitious, couldn't have been done on TV. Whereas when I think of the Bob's Burgers movie and what I saw, I do think it did feel a lot like just a long episode of Bob's Burgers. Like, I don't know if it was as ambitious as it could have been, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because genuinely there were so many points during this movie that I was laughing out loud. I found it hilarious. Gene always delivers. Tina always delivers. All of the characters are so funny and so personable and so unique, especially compared to something like The Simpsons, where characters like Marge and Lisa often draw the short straw. Like, they don't actually get that much, too many funny moments, too many moments to shine. Whereas I feel like in Bob's Burgers, every character is so unique and has their own personality and their own style of comedy, and they deliver it all so well. And the writing in this movie is impeccable. So many great laugh out loud moments. It is a little bit more ambitious, but it did feel, to me, it felt very, very much like this is a long episode of the show, which I have no problem with. It just, I guess the reason I was kind of let down by it is just it wasn't as big as I thought it was gonna be, which looking back maybe isn't a problem. I think I'd like to watch this movie again and be like, and just assess it knowing what I know now, because it's like in no way is this a bad movie, don't get me wrong. I just genuinely was going in probably blinded by my experience of the Simpsons movie, which again is probably a moot point to make, thinking it was going to be big, huge, bombastic, but yeah, it did just feel like an episode of the show. It is a musical as well. There are a few songs where, you know, the Belcher family sings, and like maybe there's 2 or 3 songs. It seems to kind of like, it goes in and out of being a musical because there's not like a song every scene or anything. There's just a few song moments. And I know the TV show does rely heavily on music, and I always really like that about the show. To be honest though, I didn't particularly think any of the songs in this were particularly strong. They didn't really stand out that much, and I thought they were, I don't know, I just remember thinking, oh, I don't think these songs are that good, especially like for the movie. And I wonder if some of the production of this was rushed a little bit. I wonder if there were ambitions to make this a lot bigger, to have more songs, because there are probably, you know, 3 songs in, you know, the first half of the movie, but the second half, really, there's no songs at all. So I do wonder what happened in the production there. It does feel a little bit disjointed in that sense. Overall, I think the plot is really interesting. It leads into a lot of really cool, kind of more dramatic action sort of scenes that we don't see in the original series. And there's some real heartfelt moments here, like Louise, the character, is sort of coming to terms with why she wears the rabbit ears. And I think it is really interesting that like a lot of the plot of this movie, well, some of Louise's plot, at least, of this movie is Louise's bunny ears and why she wears them, because if I am remembering correctly, she does not remove them in any episode of the show, or she's not seen without them in any episode of the show. I could be wrong about that, so please don't yell at me. And funnily enough, it just reminded me of the South Park movie, which I believe was either the first time or one of the first times where you see Kenny remove the hood of his parka and speak with the unmuffled, the iconic muffled voice of Kenny. He speaks in his normal voice without the hoodie on for the first time.
Goodbye, you guys.
There's something about animated sitcoms and like doing first ever things to the characters. I guess you could also throw in seeing Bart Simpson's penis in the Simpsons movie for an unknown reason in that list as well.
This is the worst day of my life.
The worst day of your life so far.
But I guess in terms of the plot, it did follow very much what a lot of episodes of the show are, which is there's some financial pressure on the restaurant and the gang has to figure out a way to make the money. Like, it didn't really, that is a show plot through and through. So it didn't really feel like, well, I mean, there is a murder. Okay, admittedly, guys, there is a murder mystery as well, which is, I guess, very ambitious comparatively. But yeah, overall, this felt very Bob's Burgers. This was really fun. So many laugh out loud moments where I genuinely was like, that is hilarious. And I think that's a testament to this show, to the writing, to the performance, and everything in between. So yeah, would love to see Bob's Burgers on screen, on the big screen again. And now I just want to dive back into the show and watch some of the episodes I haven't seen, because I'm not up to date on the last few seasons. So that's my thoughts and review on the Bob's Burgers movie. Go and see it. Thanks to Disney for having me at the premiere as well. And check out some of my other videos, and I do a podcast on this channel as well. That's how we got the Disney premiere. It's called 20th Century Boy. Check it out. And as well as that, I put up clips as shorts on YouTube as well. Thanks for watching them. My name's been Radio Mike. I'll catch you in the next vid. See you later.